Your next lessons for week 1 will cover the basics of persuasion. Author Jay Heinrichs refers to persuasion as the unseen matrix that is all around us. He says it plays with our emotions, changes our attitudes, talks us into our decisions, and goads us into buying things. These lessons are going to teach you the tools you need to ethically and responsibly tap into this powerful form of speaking. So, what exactly is persuasion? In essence, it's the art and science of convincing others. And so, in a sense, persuasion is all about understanding how language, and in our case, visuals, impact and affect that decision making process. Aristotle was the first to really define persuasion, and he called the art of persuading others rhetoric. And to him, it was identifying and using the best available means in any given situation to ethically persuade or convince an audience. So, in a nutshell, persuasion is about changing someone's behaviors, attitudes, or beliefs about a specific topic. Now, you might be asking yourself, why do I actually need to study this? Why do I need to know this in order to communicate with others? I may already be really awesome at arguing or persuading others. Why is it that we need to actually study how this works? The reason is really because there's a difference between arguing and persuading, just as there's a difference between ethically persuading someone and manipulating their position. It's easy to win an argument that's no holds barred and that's fueled by emotion or force, but really convincing your audience to take action, to take your idea and implement it, takes study in the elements and principles of persuasion. Our best available means, and how we're going to do that in this course, is by studying credibility, emotion, and logic. These are the 3 big ways in which human beings think and respond to their world. The first method we're going to use to study persuasion is the acronym SUCCESS, which was created by authors Chip and Dan Heath in the book Made to Stick. And so, as you can see from the cover of this book, this is a book that's all about why ideas survive and others don't survive. And they figured out that by using this acronym SUCCESS, you can really create an idea that truly sticks in your audience's mind. So, SUCCESS stands for simple, unexpected, concrete, credible, emotional, and story. When discussing success with my on-campus students, I like to use the egg as a metaphor for a really, really sticky idea. Think about just how universal eggs are across cultures, across time. They're eaten by pretty much anyone and everyone. They're a really sticky, sticky concept. And so the first letter in this acronym SUCCESS is simple. And so Chip and Dan Heath believe that a simple idea sticks in your audience's mind for one important reason. And that reason stems from the way that we make decisions as human beings. Think about the typical cereal aisle that you walk through in a grocery store. There are 11 varieties of Special K alone. So when you're faced with that decision, how do you make that decision? How do you know which is the right choice? It's the same thing in a presentation. When there are too many ideas or a problem that's just too big, your audience is going to be overwhelmed and unsure what action they really need to take. So instead, you want to keep your big idea simple and you want to focus on one big idea or a core concept that you want to convey to your audience. Remember, you don't have to talk about everything, only the things that help support your big, simple idea. It's also important when you're structuring your presentation that you don't bury the lead, which is a term used in journalism. In a newspaper article, you'll notice that the headline, the main point of the story, is displayed right away. So it's the same thing with a presentation. You want to lay out your big idea towards the beginning of the presentation and give the audience a sense of the journey you're about to take them on. The next letter in SUCCESS is unexpected. A sticky idea features some element of unexpectedness, but why is it that the unexpected sticks in your audience's mind? It's really because humans get into patterns. We have expectations about how something will go, right? If you walk into a classroom, you expect to see a teacher at the front of the room with the chalk or laser pointer in hand, standing behind a podium or sitting behind a desk. But if a teacher breaks that pattern, if let's say they ask you to sit in a circle around the front of the room, that's going to cause something unexpected for you, and it's going to cause you to pay more attention. So, the same goes for well placed unexpectedness in a presentation. We love mystery in a presentation. We love to have something to figure out or solve. So, give your audience something unexpected that you then answer towards the end of your presentation. Think about a problem your audience is facing, let them know they have a problem, and then you can, towards the end of the presentation, reveal your solution to that problem and solve the mystery. The next letter in success is concrete. We tend to remember concrete or tangible ideas. So things we can picture, that we can see, we can hear, we can smell, we can taste, or touch. So sticky ideas are concrete, they are very, very specific. This is partly because of the way that our minds work. We need concrete facts, details, specifics, and stories when we're learning something new. Think about your mind as the sticky part of Velcro. All of those little hooks are there, but the only way they can grab onto that fuzzy end of the Velcro is through concrete, specific details and specifics. In order for an idea to stick in your audience's mind, you have to create a hook to grab onto that new idea, and you can do that through concrete and specific details. So remember, details are what make your presentation real. They bring your idea to life and show that it has true application and have true impact on the audience. The next letter in success is credible. So a sticky idea must also be credible. And so credibility is what tells your audience that you're somebody that they can listen to. The first kind of credibility is external credibility, which is the credibility you develop through your outside sources. So when you use authorities in your field, for instance, a TED Talk, when you rely on library research, a case study related to your subject, when you draw from statistics, or when you use references from a newspaper or a magazine or a TV journalism station, that's all external credibility. It shows your audience that you've done your research and that your idea doesn't stand alone, that it's supported by expert evidence. Then there's internal credibility. This is your own personal credibility as a speaker, and you can develop it in a few ways. One way you can develop your personal credibility, your internal credibility, is by relating a personal experience, by telling your audience what the personal connection to your topic is. If I wanted to learn about skydiving, I would probably go to someone who's actually a trained and certified skydiving specialist and find out about his or her experience. Another way that you can create internal credibility is by showing your audience that you have similar values to them and that you are a good person who only has their best interest in mind. And if you have a good reputation within your community or within your profession, you can share that with your audience, and it can help show them that you are trustworthy and that they can listen to you and trust what you have to say. The next letter in success is emotional. So, as human beings, while we love data, specifics, and statistics, we tend to really be persuaded by emotion. And that doesn't necessarily mean you have to get people to cry or cheer. It's really all about tapping into a simple idea about human nature. And that idea is called What's in It for Me? WIIFM. We really only listen to arguments that show our best interest. So you may have to show your audience that you understand what's in it for them and that you can identify specific ways in which they're going to benefit from your presentation. The final letter in success is story or stories. I want you to think about a company that you connect to in terms of storytelling. One company that sticks out in my mind is Tom's Shoes. So Tom's Shoes doesn't just sell their shoes by talking about, the materials used in the product, how they're distributed, where they sell them. They sell these shoes through the story of Blake, the founder of Tom's Shoes, and his mission to help create a quality life for children all around the world. For more help, check out these resources, which were used in developing the success acronym as well as the definition of persuasion.